Hi, this is Mike Barnes. Today I'm going to talk to you about an alternative to the very popular project called OpenClaw. This is something that I built. I've been working installing OpenClaw and playing with it for 2 weeks since it came out. And basically, I found that the risks for the system were just too expensive. As you can see on my slide here, high costs is one of the real big problems. I've been watching some of the people on YouTube saying that they're spending a couple $100 a day on token costs using Anthropic. And there are some people suggesting lower costs of doing it. But these costs are pretty hard to control because as the knowledge base grows in the system, it continuously uses more and more tokens, and these tokens charge up, and you just never know how much it's going to be. And then, of course, we've all been hearing about the privacy risk because the system has virtual complete control over your system. And some people are also buying separate computers like the Mac Minis to do it. The system is sort of inflexible. There's a limited amount of customization and also vendor lock-in risks. Um, so I tried to use OpenClaw with Ollama, and I was getting good results for a while, and then the system would break. And I continuously tried. I did go out to outside models. The performance was certainly much better. But I decided that I was going to scrap OpenClaw and build something myself. Uh, and I was going to use GLM5, which is a model that runs for free on a website called Z.ai to help me develop the code. So what I wanted to do is to come up with a self-improving system that offered a web dashboard that protected privacy and was free and open source with no subscription required. So this is probably underestimating what the cost would be on a monthly basis, but you at a minimum would be spending between $15 and $100 to be able to use the various APIs. This says GPT-4, but obviously GPT-4 isn't available anymore. We'd be using, 5.2 or something like that. But after we set up this system, there's no per token charge, no subscription fees, and you have unlimited queries forever. And we're doing all the processing on this one locally. Now, we're using Ollama as the base, so it is possible to get tokens through the cloud. There's a limited amount that resets every week with Ollama, and you can buy more tokens. And Ollama has some very capable cloud-based tokens if you want to go that way that would be far less expensive than using Anthropic's or OpenAI or even Google. So the architecture basically is that we developed a web dashboard. We have Ollama runtime. The coding, which I've done for all the agents, was done on GLM5. And we have local fast models running. Go out and query GLM5 on more advanced requirements. I've built in a document management system. I've created auto learning and knowledge persistence. So here are some of the foundations of how to set this up. You have to install Node.js plus Ollama. Node.js is required to install Ollama. You want to pull the models that you're going to use. In this particular case, I used OSS 20B. I used Kimi 2.5 Cloud, Lava, and Gemma. Lava and Gemma are both vision models, which would allow me to do OCR and also identify images. Once we get our NPM start, we can then use a browser and to use localhost 3000 to operate this system. We have a natural chat interface through the browser as well as through, I set this up to go with Telegraph. I had been using WhatsApp with OpenClaw, but when I used WhatsApp, it interfered with my work because I do use it for work. I added, because of the work I do, I work with the federal government. I gave it the API for SAM.gov. I put a capability to do research there. I added a model selector. I created it so that it improves itself. So I think that the local process it wins because it's cheaper, it's safer, and better. And so what I want to try to do here is to show you what I built. You can use this as a reference in doing your own build, and you will wind up with something I think will be much less expensive, far more customized, and much more secure than using OpenClaw. So I'm going to start out right now showing you the Telegram. So I'm going to bring up the Telegram web interface. And I set this up, and this is almost the exact same way that you would do OpenClaw, which winds up with my own bot here. I can now hit a slash and hit help, and it gives me all my capabilities here. So the model that I have running is GPT OSS 20B. It's roughly equivalent to the original ChatGPT, but it is running locally. I have it set up so that I can use Minimax M.2.5 on the cloud for very complex tasks. I've used up all my tokens for this week, so that will reset next week. And for vision, I have Lava 7B, but you can also use one of the Gemma models as well. All of these can run locally. And I have the system set up so that for different tasks, it will select different models. I have research for various topics that I'm interested in, space being the industry that I work in, AI, my own hobby, and then I can create a list of documents, and I can overwrite or edit a document. And then if I want the system to remember something, I can press remember. I can get a status of tokens. I can get a list of the models that are available by typing slash models. And I can also get a status. And then while I'm in this area here, I have basically a chat capability. So this is fine for when I'm outside of my home environment. But when I'm in my home environment, I want to have something that's a little bit friendlier and a little bit easier to use. So what I did is I created this web system right here that you see. And I called this Mike's Research Assistant. As you see here, it's a very simple user interface. If you've ever worked with ChatGPT, you'll understand this. I have, I believe, my models right now, so I'll just make sure that it's running by typing hello, and I should get some sort of response. If okay, so hello, Mike, can I support you? Whether it's digging in trends for Dagacha, which is a company I work for, scouting new opportunities, or just brainstorming ideas. This is coming from the local model. So I'm going to ask it to, just with a button here, to give me industry news on space. So it's given here the introduction, and then I can get a link. So if I press here, it'll open up a new tab. The new tab will then give me the article that it's found that it believes that I would be interested in. So I can go back to go right back to my local host. Now, I have this set up here that I've got the auto learn, and this means that as I'm researching, I can learn from these items. Now, let's say I want to go look at SAM.gov, and I want to use their API to see if there's any relevant opportunities for me to bid on. This is going to go out. It's going to use the keywords that I've given it, and it's going to give me a list of opportunities here that I may want to look at. I can search on another topic here, which is AI and defense news. And then I can get a briefing on just basically topics that I'm interested in, because these are things that I've been looking at. Now, in addition to this, I've decided to create a dream team of agents, and these dream teams basically what they do is they have certain capabilities or pre-prompts that tell them how to do certain things. So down here you'll see the agent. I have a researcher, a copywriter, a marketeer, and a strategist, and each one of them can be assigned to a different LLM. They each have their own prompt, and I can ask them to do different things. So if I click on the copywriter, for example, I am now conversing with a different personality than if I converse with the researcher. Another capability. So these here are my experts here. So I have pre-built workflows for proposal development, doing competition, and if I want to go into doing a market entry, this is all pre-prompted to let me to do that. Um, I can go back to the chat, and I can have it do with a slash research. It will do research for me, but I have access to my local model, and I can have it do silly things like write a poem about space debris. And just like ChatGPT, it'll go off and do whatever tasks I want to. You can see the working that's going on right now. Um, as it's doing that, let me show you another capability I added here is, let's say I'm taking notes that I want it to remember. I can come in here and say, please, please remember I have a meeting at 3 p.m. on the 21st. And it will then add that to my memory. I also have the ability to create documents that I can store. And one of the other capabilities I've had is to attach. So this attach will allow me to add a document, or it will allow me to add an image. And if I'm using, let's say, one of the vision models like Lava, I can then have that document broken down in, or OCR scanned, or I can have an object described by attaching the object. So I built this using basically GLM 5.0. Anyone really can outline their own workflow to build this. This, once again, is running on my own computer. And let's see here. So here's the poem that was written. Silent shreds of yesterday's ambition, titanium ghosts of Newton's dance. A screwdriver spins through the endless midnight where once the stars held a watchful trance. So it's sort of amazing that without spending any money on tokens, without paying for any subscriptions, I'm able to build this system. And this system, with the capabilities of the smart team, I can add other capabilities to this as well. So I offer this up as sort of a model that can be used for people that don't want all the limitations. Once again, nothing is going outside of my own environment. Uh, this is running completely on my computer using my own RTX 4080 processor. I have a 5090 on my laptop. I can access this from outside of my own premise. I offer this up as an alternative to OpenClaw. Leave it to people who are more inclined to do programming than I am to build upon this idea. But I think this is a better model than OpenClaw, although I have to give credit for OpenClaw for kind of instigating me into doing this project. And also want to thank Randy Hill, who is my friend, and he's also the chief technology officer for Govbotics, because many of these concepts he developed on an enterprise scale months ago on a project he called Geppetto. So this is a home version, but I think it's a very good model that can be used for anyone who wants to build a secure, low-cost assistant.